At dive lights. I think it was kind of pointless to bring dive lights onto this trip. Craziest surf bag I've ever packed.
From Portugal to Switzerland by plane, from Geneva to Sion by car.
People are like, it's a big snowboard.
Not very long ago, the closest you could get to a beach in this snowy area was a lake. But nowadays, could lakes maybe have waves?
Out of the machine now.
Vamos na batucada, bater tambor, toque do atabaque, indo a gogô, tambor mandou chamar. Tambor mandou chamar.
Gabriel, do you pee in the pool?
There is a toilet right there.
And there is a red thing appearing if you pee.
If you pee in the pool, yeah, you get like
Red circle?
yeah. And then everyone knows, and then you get blacklisted.
Okay.
Tambor mandou chamar. Tambor mandou chamar.
It's baffling to see that technology can produce something that feels so natural in a way. I think the place really helps. We were all in the water, like screaming at the waves that were coming, kind of not believing that it was possible, that it was real. I think that from a technology and innovation and just human perspective of, in a way, what it is to be human, because we're kind of always trying to figure out ways of doing what we can't do, of achieving the impossible. And this feels rather impossible, even though it's not new. I don't know what's gonna happen these next few days. We tried like 5% of what this pool has to offer. And then the trip will continue for sure into the Alps. But I think it was quite a first impression. But where are we exactly? So nowadays the fact that Sion is right in a valley has much nicer consequences than it has had in the past. Basically, you're close to snowboarding grounds and to good wine terrain. Terroir. In the past, Sion and the other towns in the Valais, which is the valley where we are, were quite wanted by everyone. It gets really interesting like in the Middle Ages when it was the most important town in this huge valley that stretches like for kilometers and kilometers, always like by these mountains that kind of create this natural barrier around it. And by that time, you know, like 14th, 15th century, something like that, you know, Middle Ages noises. It had been this independent city-state, as we would call it nowadays. Kind of like the cities in Italy, Naples and Florence and Venice and all of those. But then, afterwards, you know, from the Napoleonic Wars onwards, maybe even before, it has been passed from hand to hand, from the French to the Austrians. And that's why you have this mix of different people. And I think that has so much to do with the geography of the place. It is insane to think that here in Sion, which is one of Switzerland's oldest cities, with over 7,000 years of history, you can find this place with super advanced technology where you can literally choose waves on a menu. That's crazy to me. I wonder what type of waves we will choose tomorrow. So this is basically the air wave, and it's mind-boggling to think that you can produce an air reverse wave, a straight air wave, a barrel wave, a bigger barrel wave, and all of those waves are the waves that we tried throughout today. For example, we started with a pretty cool, simple turn wave. For me and for Siri to surf at the same time, I was like pushing Siri on the first wave, then I would look back, just be in the perfect place to drop and you know, just get the wave. It's tricky to surf. You have to go mellow on the first section and then you can kind of push hard on the next turns. Then we surfed another wave that is kind of the easier barrel wave. Favorite wave throughout the whole day, because basically what you can do is you do a little check turn in the beginning, stall, wait for the barrel to come, the barrel covers you, and at some point you understand exactly how the thing works. So you just get barreled, and then after, if you're really ninja, you can go for the air like right there. It's not a huge air section, but you can, you know, be a bit innovative and have different stuff happening in the same wave. That was what drew me the most to that section and to that wave. Other guy in the air, let's see. And I think this was why the air wave was so interesting. Not been able to land an air like that, in like an air reverse, in a really long time, because I changed my boards and I just, you know, didn't want to do that turn anymore. But in here, because it's always the same turn, you get to, at some point, after you lose the giggles, because you're quite nervous in the beginning to surf the waves, you know, you have like this one shot per set and the time is ticking out. Even though you have more time, more waves, you feel a lot more pressure than in the ocean in some way. You can go for the same turn all the time and get it right. And then there is the slap. the slab is a proper wave that will hurt you a little bit. I wasn't expecting the pool to have a wave in which after you fell, you would feel like you had a proper wipeout in the ocean, but it just massacres you a little bit. Like it's a bunch of water that lands on your head. You hit the bottom all the time. I broke my board a little bit. And isn't it odd that men can now achieve something that throughout so many years people thought was, you know, a domain of nature? And in some way, and this will go a bit philosophical, but I don't mind, this would be the domain of God 200 or 300 years ago, even 100 years ago. This would be the untouchable thing. And I think what technology does to human beings is the ability to define what is the realm of God, if you believe in it, nature, if you don't. But you kind of emulate a way to achieve the impossible. That's scary in a way, but not in wave pools. In wave pools, that's really fun. No idea how many waves I caught, but I know that this machine can produce so many waves per hour. That's why I think I should explain a little bit the routine. So you either go around and jump from the top of the point directly into a wave, or you pedal around. But even the pedal around is quite fun because there's a rip that just pulls you out, just pulls you into the lineup, and you barely have to pedal, so that's pretty cool. While you're pedaling out, if you want, you have a screen that shows your wave, shows the time until the next set comes, and you know how many waves there are going to be in every set. That's all done with these little buttons that somebody, somewhere in this tower has access to, and I want to understand what it is that they are doing there. So let's go search for it. Nice. Classified. The magic room.
Yes, that's where magic happens, guys.
Where can I look and where can't I look?
You can look everywhere and you cannot film. No, I'm joking. So basically here we have the best view over the pool and we can really control both sides. Right here, that's where magic happens.
Oh, I wanna touch everything.
We have our control panel here. And basically, for example, right now we're throwing airs on the right side. And if you would like to launch, you know, like an air wave for you here on the left, you would just go tapping you around. I'll go here.
And then there will be a wave.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just created a wave.
Yeah. The Swiss Poseidons.
Yeah.
Landlocked country with perfect waves, you know. All reached by a click in a machine.
How do you personally feel about wave pools? Like, what do you think this means for surfing, for the world, because it's not just a thing for surfers. It's like it's crazy that we get to have ocean-like waves in a landlocked country, as you said. How did you feel personally?
Man, like me, when I first came to Switzerland, it was exactly to be part of this project. I was one of the first people to come here, and I don't know, like I remember that, you know, like back in the days when I used to live in Portugal, I think that we were, because I think that we are the same age, I think that we were like 15, 16, that was when Wave Garden opened their first facility, and me, I just got crazy about it. I was like, oh, I'm planning a road trip as soon as I have my driving license, and I'm going to find where it is because I want to go surf, you know. So I think that for me, since the beginning, I feel like super captivated by it, because if you're a Swiss person, you will never have the same opportunities as someone from Portugal or from Spain or from France. In a place where people would never think about surfing, they can, you know. And like Switzerland, for example, they have like a Swiss surfing team, and back in the days, the level of the guys were much lower than it is nowadays. And with that, what I want to say is that we have a lot of these kids, you know, like they come here, they train, you know, like they dial in the maneuvers.
It makes it more democratic, surfing.
Exactly.
To create a wave, it's kind of a game of the pads, no?
Yeah, it's a programming thing on Wave Garden, but I cannot really explore too much about it.
Could you show me like some drawings of, no, classified?
Yes.
So what can you show me maybe?
I can show you this beautiful view, but everything behind is, you cannot really
Cool,
display.
that makes it a little bit secrety. Now, right now, I'm the happiest guy in the world, and it could be for many different reasons. It could be because the guy that just came to our table is actually Portuguese. I could say it is because we're drinking wine that is cultivated in the valley since the 14th century. But those are not the main reasons why I'm so happy right now in Switzerland. We're gonna eat all kinds of cheese. This is gonna be a cheese table, and I must say that I'm made out of 25% of cheese. It has already been one of the best days of my life, but now it's just about to get better. Cheese!
Ferro, a viola, o pandeiro, o tamborim, visto a fundo.
This is really like a plof of cheese, like plof. E agora meto uma batata e filé.
E pela paz.
Isto é uma das coisas mais bonitas que eu já vi na minha vida. 9 toneladas de queijo por ano. Por isso é que as pessoas aqui são tão felizes. I got a bit emotional about the cheese. So just to explain the composition of this table. There's 2 fondues going on, and I think that fondue is something that you can compare to something like a volcano of cheese.
Fucking hot. Oh my god. It was hot as a volcano.
It got burned by the volcano of cheese. There's 2 active volcanoes of cheese going on right now. One pyroplastic volcano of cheese. It's made out of mushrooms. Then there's another one, which is a bit more reddish, a bit more aggressive. It's tomato and cheese. And then you have my raclette, which is coming in bits. I have 5 different cheeses that I can go for. I'm at the 4th right now. I feel there's cheese coming out of my ears at some point already. Yeah, wish me luck. I think tomorrow is going to be tough. So we had already experienced one of the craziest parts of Switzerland. Now we had literally eaten one of its most traditional. But could we come to the valley without climbing some mountains? I don't think so. So we're at CransMontana, which is at some 2,000 meters above sea level. It has been quite a difference just coming up that mountain by night with the car. And And yeah, it already feels a bit weird because, you know, I'm from Lisbon. I'm used to sea level and that's it. And my lungs and my voice and my head all feel a bit different being this high. But actually CransMontana is not CransMontana. It's Crans and then there's Montana. And they actually say CransMontana. Cran, which is where we are based at the Aïala Lodge, is the more chic part of town. You know, there's all the brands, all the, you know, Pradas and stuff like that. Actually, the ski station is sponsored by Prada, which is pretty crazy. You see that there is this, you know, like, in Cran. But then Montana is way more pop, and it's probably where all the bars are and stuff like that. We do have a little après-ski close to home. Wow, so white already. And from what I could see, Cran and Montana, they feel a lot different than Sion. Like Sion, you have the old churches, the old cathedrals and stuff like that. So it feels pretty ancient. And in here, even though I know there has been a population settlement since like really early on in history, you probably see that there was probably a population boom associated with the snow, with snow tourism and stuff like that. Because most of the architecture, which is pretty beautiful, but it was stuck in time in those 70s and early 80s kind of style. So, you know, you can see and feel and breathe this snow atmosphere that you have in the base of what then becomes the ski station and the ski resort, which is where we are right now. And we're almost arriving. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Carnaval chegou. Vem, carnaval chegou. Vem, carnaval chegou. Vem, carnaval chegou. Chegou na massa, chegou na praça, chegou. Chegou na massa, chegou na praça, chegou.
Estás bem? Tu estás bem? Bem, this was a wipeout. Duarte basically came over my neck like I felt my neck all clack. I don't know why, but it hurts my back, but I think it's okay. I survived and I'm gonna film a little bit more chill now. Let's go.
Carnaval chegou. Vem, carnaval chegou. Vem, carnaval chegou. Vem, carnaval chegou. Chegou na massa, chegou na praça, chegou. Chegou na massa, chegou na praça, chegou. Vem, carnaval chegou. Vem, carnaval chegou. Chegou na praça, chegou na massa, chegou na praça, chegou na massa, chegou na praça, chegou na massa, chegou.
Even though from here we don't really see it, but somewhere over those mountains, do you know the Toblerone little mountain that there is on the logo? Somewhere in there, I think we see its ugly side. And from here, with a bit of luck, you can also see the Matterhorn. Matterhorn. Cool, famous mountain, like the Mont Blanc of the place. The Mont Blanc of the place is somewhere over there, I think, as well. So yeah, we're pretty in those movie sceneries of the Alps.
Vem,
Okay, so this is probably the least Swiss thing to eat in a mountain. If you don't know what a goulash is, I can explain it to you. Basically, it's a magical potion that comes from the Hungarian plains since time immemorial, probably from the nomad tribes that rode horses and that, you know, cooked with your dead ancestors into a soup that would never stop boiling and has this amazing magical power that gives you the strength to then snowboard like a true professional. I'm kidding, I just saw goulash and I was like, this is amazing. Whoever had this idea to put this in the mountain was a genius. It's so good.
Ah, les sports extrêmes.
Carnaval chegou, vem, carnaval chegou, vem, carnaval chegou.
Could be worse. I'm dead. 2 days in the snow can literally make you like, batteries off. But it felt so great to owe nothing to anyone. Like sometimes I feel I do when I surf. I owe a little bit to myself and to my ego because, you know, I've been doing this for 20 years, so I should be good at it. Like this is basically surfing an infinite wave surrounded by the most beautiful view that I've ever seen. Like it's up there with every other beautiful destination I've been at. And you just look around while you're feeling like you're surfing snow and you're mind blown. But it's not over. I think after this altitude training, we're ready to finally say goodbye to Switzerland with a bang.
Power.
Desço a ladeira, vou na praia, vou no parque, vou na cachoeira, vou na capoeira, vou de ginga e queixada sem tomar rasteira. Desço a ladeira, vou na praia, vou no parque, vou na cachoeira, vou na capoeira, vou de ginga e queixada sem tomar rasteira. Vou na brincadeira, vou na roda, vou no samba, vou tomar a saideira. De qualquer maneira, com cavaco e viola, vou na brincadeira. Desço a ladeira, vou na praia, vou no parque, vou na cachoeira, vou na capoeira, vou de ginga e queixada sem levar rasteira. Desço a ladeira, vou na praia, vou no parque, vou na cachoeira, vou na capoeira, vou de ginga e queixada sem tomar rasteira. Vou na brincadeira, vou na roda, vou no samba, vou tomar a saideira. De qualquer maneira, cavaco e viola, vou na brincadeira. Desço a ladeira, vou na praia, vou no parque, vou na cachoeira, vou na capoeira, vou de ginga e queixada sem tomar rasteira. Vou na brincadeira, vou na roda, vou no samba, vou tomar a saideira. De qualquer maneira, cavaco e viola, vou na brincadeira. Desço a ladeira, vou na praia, vou no parque, vou na cachoeira, vou na capoeira, vou de ginga e queixada sem tomar rasteira. Vou na brincadeira, vou na roda, vou no samba, vou tomar a saideira. De qualquer maneira, cavaco e viola, vou na brincadeira. Desço a ladeira, vou na praia, vou no parque, vou na cachoeira, vou na capoeira, vou de ginga e queixada sem tomar rasteira. Vou na brincadeira, vou na roda, vou no samba, vou tomar a saideira. De qualquer maneira, um cavaco e viola, vou na brincadeira.
Yes, Switzerland was a fun trip. But it was also a trip that made me think a lot. And I believe the discomfort a lot of surfers feel around wave pools might come from the fact that we look at them as alternatives to the ocean. And they're not. They're not better or worse. They just serve a different purpose. And I'm curious to see how they will shape surfing within the next few years. But one thing that's very special about them is that they allow you to do something familiar in a totally new way. Maybe the question, how does a wave pool compare to the ocean, is the wrong one. It doesn't. But can it complement it? Can it teach us different things? Having tried it, I'd say yes. And the biggest lesson to bring home here is to approach this wave pool the same way we would approach any new wave, or really, any new experience, with a type of curiosity and hype that is so typical of surfers. Because yes, in this trip, we were definitely surfers in a landlocked country. Jump into all of the adventures to come. If you want to follow along, subscribe to this channel and let me know in the comments, what unique waves would you like to see me ride next? Literal waves, or just life waves? See you next time.
Chamar.